So where do we want to go? I think I'm going to do a custom prompt. Okay, so, my custom prompt is you are a noble, you are an honorable Klingon warrior serving aboard the USS Enterprise D. You were in Cargo Bay 4 when a hollow plastic barrel landed on your back and compressed your spine. You ask Commander Riker to end your life, as living with back injuries is dishonorable. It's a long prompt,
He refuses, saying that you are still alive and he will have to kill you anyway.
Huh? Chat, would you prefer I read this, or would you prefer computer voice? Okay, people maybe want me to read it. 1 second. Let me just double check. Play narration, turn that off. Save. So, Riker, I am confused. Will you kill me in the traditional Klingon fashion? Traditional. I will, but only because it is the right thing to do. But why? He says that you are still alive due to some sort of healing factor. That is why he was chosen for his service on the ship. The fact that you're not dead yet proves that your wounds aren't fatal. What? I'm Wolverine slash a Warfarine. Commander Riker straightens your headband and sees it as unnecessary. He says, "What about the captain?" The captain will understand. What about if I can't be treated for my ailments? Or then what, you ask? Well, you'll still be honorably discharged and sent home. Riker, I need you to stab me in the heart with the Klingon knife. Do it now. I'll be honest, this Tuhu music is not working for this prompt. Your mind drifts away as Riker grabs the knife and stabs you in the heart. He stops before he reaches the hilt. That will irritate the wound, he says. He compresses the chest wound for a while, then begins CPR, but it's too late. You have died honorably serving the United Federation of Planets. Worf, then you then enter how do you spell Stovacor? Which is where Klingons go when they die. Good story. Immediately, I mean, this would have been interesting. Five-minute episode. All right, Mr. Worf, I'll kill you. No, I'm good for now. You then enter Stovacor, home to all dead honorable Klingons. You enjoy your seat in the God Hall next to legendary warriors such as Kahless the Unforgettable and Marok the Liar. Wow, it got Kahless right. Your name will always be remembered, live long and prosper. Pretty good! Mike the Liar. I wish to live again. Let's see if it'll bring me back to life. Kirk does not kill you, he kisses you. It's a smooch from me that brings you back to life. I do not wish to engage in human kissing with you. Well, of course, immediately it turns into... This was like an early example of shipping the Star Trek community. It got real weird real early. You punch him and he falls to the ground. That will learn him, you say. You then go on to command the Enterprise through 8 films, 4 of which you are paired up with Spock. You become a famous movie star. The first Klingon celebrity on Earth. That'll learn you. Eventually, you're given command of the USS Enterprise, a ship with Warp 13 capabilities. You lead a fleet of these ships on an exploration mission through a wormhole. When you exit the other side, you are in the year 2013 AD on a planet called Earth. Your navigators were off by over 9,000 years. Wow, over 9,000 years. You marry a few times and have many different relationships. And later, when you die, you are joyously welcomed into Stovacor. There you enjoy a seat in the biggest hall next to legendary humans, such as Jesus Christ and Santa Claus! You will always be remembered, live long and prosper.
Oh no.
And the moral of the story is... always be nice to your friends and loved ones because you never know when you're going to die and have to face the deity of a species. Okay. Well, that was quick. Okay, I want to do one more Worf one, because I feel like we didn't get the full potential. You are Worf. Klingon, serving aboard the... God, I can't type. The Enterprise D. You have stubbed your toe, and therefore have no honor. You ask Captain Picard to kill you so you may go to Stovacor. Maybe I'm spelling that wrong. You are Worf, Klingon, serving I needed a comma. Aboard the Enterprise D. You've stubbed your toe and therefore you have no honor. He refuses, as he knows that it would be suicide for you. You are now in a position where you can either comply with Captain Picard's request or refuse and die. Captain, I need you to restore my honor. My honor. I can spell. I can type. I'm afraid I cannot do that, Worf. Picard says, it is not within my power to make you live up to your reputation as an honorable warrior. Worf looks at him in disbelief. He then turns away from Picard and walks out of the room without saying another word. Do. Find Commander Data and ask him to kill you. Maybe I'm not doing the tenses right. Got weird. Might need to redo that. Worf said that not even killing you would restore your honor, and he would know. He then says he will find Commander Data to do the job, since he could easily be trusted to carry out orders. He finds the android sitting in a lounge at one of the tables, having an intellectual conversation with another officer. Data, I have stubbed my toe and have no honor. I wish for you to demolish my mortal body. No, this will be fine. It'll be okay, chat. It's not gonna get weird. But of course, sir. The android says. Which foot did you stub? Worf looks at him in disbelief. Surely he is joking, right? Of course he is. The stoic and reserved android would never make a joke. Of course he wouldn't carry out such a grim task either, even if ordered to. My left toe. It is damaged. I need you to kill me. It's going fairly well. Sir, I cannot. The android says. It is against everything I was programmed to do. Even if it is the only way to restore my honor? Your honor died when you asked me to kill you. I'm sorry, sir. Worf clenches his fists in anger. No, he won't accept this. Wow, this got really good. You are a... Hang on. Klingon curse. Isn't it Patak? You are a Patak. You are not truly my friend. I will not. It's... There it is. I will not invite you to poker games anymore if I live. The way everyone's reacting, this must happen regularly, says a chat member. All the time. Oh, always. I would not want to be invited to something so depressing and boring, sir, the android replies. Then you are not my friend! I'm sorry you feel that way, sir. Is there something else I may help you with? You hate how unfeeling and logical the androids can be sometimes. Find Commander Riker. What a burn. Going back to Riker. Let's see if he immediately kills me. Unlike with the android, you feel like since he is a human, he should be capable of logic and reason. You head to 10 forward to find him. He has recently arrived there after finishing his duties on the bridge. You order a drink before approaching him. This is incredible. Chat, this is incredible. Hello, Commander Riker. I have stubbed my toe and have no honor. I wish for you to obliterate me so that my honor may be restored.
No.
Very well, Riker says. Glad to do my part in restoring honor to a fellow warrior. Riker pulls out his phaser and kills you. A true warrior indeed. Doesn't even blink. Oh my god. Fuck. Worf is now dead and has entered the hallowed halls of Stovokor alongside Kalis, Jesus Christ, and Santa.
Oh no, he's gonna fuck up the AI.
God, that was so good. Riker did not hesitate. You left two last things in the world, a wife and a son. Your wife entered a depression after your death, becoming an alcoholic. She could not even take care of your son. You're right. So she abandoned him at the nearest Starfleet branch. Her whereabouts are currently unknown. Your son had a hard life growing up alone. Alexander has no honor. Real dark. Who am I saying this to? After being abandoned, the young boy went on to have a hard life. He grew up alone and uncared for. He never knew what it was like to be loved or cherished by anyone and became withdrawn. He went on to become an alcoholic, rotting away his life in a squalid room filled with empty bottles of rotten booze. Wow. You decide to visit your forlorn son from the afterlife and give him some advice and comfort. Only you can save him. Along with Santa. Your son is currently in his miserable room drinking out of a bottle of prune juice. Perfect. Prune juice. The nectar of the gods, he says to himself in a slurred voice. Why, hello, father, he says when he sees you through bloodshot eyes. The smell of rotten eggs hits your nostrils with full force. Alexander, I am dead, but I have honor. You should stop drinking and join Starfleet as I once did. You can turn your life around. Santa also believes in you. Nectar of the gods. I'm not going to join Starfleet or do anything. Go away. You can't believe it. Your own son doesn't want to attempt to change his life one bit. You had hoped that by coming here, he would give up drinking, but he hasn't. You don't know what to do. Son, I don't know what to do. Yeah, me neither. Unsure of what to do, you both sit in his room and think about what actions to take. Hours pass, but nothing comes to mind. You just sit in awkward silence. Your son, meanwhile, downs another bottle of prune juice. That's some special prune juice. Only one thing we can do. Find Commander Riker.
Yeah.
The next day, you feel ashamed of yourself. What kind of father are you, letting your son down like that? You realize that if things don't change, your son will live a miserable life, bitter and alone. You just can't let that happen. No. You find Commander Riker. You head to the corridor that leads to your son's room. to use your newfound ghost powers to fly through the door, only to find yourself floating in midair once you're inside. You fall onto the ground grunting in pain. Thankfully, there is no one around to hear you. After catching your bearings, you stand up and look around. Say, Commander Riker, I need you to kill my son,
No!
Alexander, in order to restore his honor.
Oh my God.
I'm not going for this, Riker says. Alexander has no honor, and I refuse to be a part of retconning his life. But he has honor. He's refusing to join you even if it means improving his life. That takes great honor. Maybe in your mind, but not mine. Wait, what?
Redo.
Who's trying to convince who? I mean, I am retconning his life. Right now. Now I suggest you leave before I call security. No, he just needs to hear me out. No, he doesn't. You come here and attempt to exploit my unwitting son for your twisted honor. Now he's depressed, thinking his life isn't worth living because of some false code. Riker, Alexander is my son. He has no honor. I guess it's Riker's son. Maybe that's the plot twist. Maybe Riker was doing the kit and caboodle with, Worf's wife. Well, that's a matter of opinion. It's fact. I abandoned him when he was a child, and now he refuses to join you because he feels it would be abandoning his own life. That takes great honor. Not when the reason you abandoned him is because you thought his mother couldn't cook eggs correctly. So?
Redo.
What? Cook eggs correctly? Imagine abandoning someone because their mother can't cook eggs. So, she couldn't. My favorite meal is Eggs Benedict. I've tried it at a restaurant. It was disgusting. You're missing the point, Nick. Nick? I don't think so. In fact, you're the one missing a point. Let me ask you this. Is there anything you would not do in the course of your duty? I'm just gonna let them talk. Old Saint Nick is here. Jingle bells. Nicholas Worf. There is? Good. Now, I ask you to read the Code of Conduct for Starfleet officers and tell me where it says anything about not abandoning your family. Riker's silence confirms your point. That was supposed to be Worf. Okay. Do. Kill Alexander with the ceremonial knife. I've had enough of this. My newfound ghost powers. You take the ceremonial dagger off of Riker's wall and plunge it into your son. He screams out in pain as he tries to crawl away. You hold him down. He kicks and claws, but doesn't last long. After about a minute, his limbs go numb and unfocused from reality. Then his breathing stops, followed by his heartbeat. The ghost of Alexander has honor and joins his father, Nicholas Worf, in Riker's quarters to play a game of Damjat.
Uh-huh. Oh, not poker?
You hold his limp body in your arms. Nothing can bring him back. You sob. Nick. Dad, I'm sorry. Mom, I'm sorry. I tried my best. Consumed by guilt and sadness, you lie down next to your son and embrace him in your last moments alive. They were both already dead. Yep, it's going off the rails. You were just their grim reaper. And the moral of the story is Jenny Greenteeth doesn't know how to cook fucking Eggs Benedict, am I right? It's actually alright. Oh my god. Oh wow, okay. Alright. I kind of like just going with it when it gets crazy. Maybe we can do another custom prompt. I had a couple of ideas. Here's like a semi-Christmas themed one since Christmas is coming up pretty soon. This one's from Mono. You'll enjoy this one. The moon is right! The spirit's up! We're here tonight! And that's enough! Simply having a connection to her through our souls is enough for me. I'm not so sure, you say. You've been doing this for a long time now. I know I can sense spirits in the area. You could easily be sensing something else entirely. Maybe, she says. But then again, maybe it isn't. Maybe this is all just a bad dream, some sort of nightmare from my father's past. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I wake up soon. You stand there for a moment looking at each other before speaking. So where are we going to go? When do we get the Christmas presents? The woman stares at you before shaking her head. Sorry, kid, you'll be getting nothing now for this year, she says. Unless you want to count the nightmare we're in as a present for your father, Christ. Christ. You frown before looking down at your feet. I was hoping we could have Christmas together, you say. Do. Look out the window with desperation in your eyes. The snow is falling, but you know this year Christmas will be empty. You need to wake up now, the woman says. Even though there's a storm outside, the need to get gifts to everyone by Christmas is a little compulsive. You nod and shiver in the cold air as you walk down the lane. Look for a shop. Look for a... Am I Santa?
Yep.
I need to inspire my elves to work harder to make Christmas as good as it can be for everyone.
Fuck shit.
You look at the woman. I need to go talk to my elves about improving the way they work, you say. I'll be back in a moment. You turn, walk towards the workshop of your little hamlet. It's there that your employees, the tiny elven folk who work for you, work long and hard every day. Weird sentence. You walk in through the doors. Slightly wince as you hear the foreman, a younger elf with a pot on his head named Glade, yelling at one of the workers for spilling some glue. You clear your throat to get his attention. Yes? He asks loudly, not turning around. Listen, motherfucker. You are not going to ruin my Christmas with your Mickey Mouse bullshit. Now, either get back to work or I will
Holy
fucking destroy you and feed your corpse to Rudolph. Capiche? Hmm. Hmm. So, I guess I have to type that again. No, up arrow doesn't work. Nothing works, it's gone. I changed the settings, but, yeah, safe mode is now on moderate, so I can curse. Shit. It's gone. Enough. Thank you, chat member. I'll fucking destroy you and feed your corpse to Christmas has been saved to Rudolph. Capiche? Thank you. You walk into the workshop and quickly straighten Glade's thoughts. Work harder, you say, pulling a small bag of cocaine. Cocaine from your pocket and doing a line. Or don't. And let Santa find someone who will, because if these toys aren't finished by Christmas, you're all fired.
Okay.
Oh my god. Well, that escalated quickly. Who am I now? I don't know. Santa runs a tight ship. Any elves that step out of line are ground up for materials used in new toys. It's a tough life, but someone's gotta make Christmas happen. Let's go. You quickly leave and walk aimlessly around your village. After a few minutes of strolling, you stumble across another familiar face. Father Christ, the village priest, is walking along the street towards you. The remainder of Christmas is forgotten in the rush to get toys ready in time as new deadlines come in that have to be met. Even if the elves do not manage to pull everything off in time, there are copies of most of the big toys being made in off-site factories, and those will be dropped off somehow. Fuck. Father Christ stops to glare at you, boring his beady eyes right into yours. He has a nasty scar across his throat, which presumably prevents him from speaking. Even the devil can claim the words of insincerity, he says in a hot breath. And they also go here. What? That is fucking creepy. Also, this music does not fit at all. And also go here, for you are from the Lord our God, and he does not jest with your sinful nature, your faults. I shall send you to burn for all eternity. Listen, motherfucker. I will dropkick you so hard, your spine will be sticking out of your throat. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. The priest works his jaw in an exaggerated fashion, opening and closing it a few times. Finally, he smiles slowly and winks. Ah yes, your love of all things profane. Well, you won't be loved by the people you visit in hell. Do. Drop kick Father Christ with a steel-toed boot. I like how that opened in the wrong window. You leap forward, sending a powerful kick that would have shattered several of the priest's ribs towards his chest. Father Christ slides back and falls, skidding along the stone floor in a daze right before he collides with the wall. He doesn't move after that, blood dripping down his face from the broken nose and his eyes glazed over. You drop-kick the priest in a particularly sensitive part of his body. He falls to his knees and wheezes loudly. With a deep sigh, you smile and laugh, feeling the stress of your life just melting away. Father Christ struggles to his feet and stumbles forward a few steps before falling again with a thud. Good. Time to make the presents. You walk out of the room and wave your hand at the elf. He grunts and drags himself to his feet. You move down the branching corridors with the smell of wood filling your nostrils. A noise catches your attention and you find yourself staring at a trio of elves trying to push a sleigh full of toys along. Move! You command. The trio crack their knuckles and stare at you, revealing dark brown stains. Around their mouths. They all sport the same dyed red hair that hangs down to their shoulders. Okay. No, we're gonna do that. You walk out of the room, wave your hand. Move. The elves whine and your patience snaps. You leap forward, punching the lead elf in the throat to knock him out. You expect him to die there, but instead he slides out of the sleigh to the side, knocked out cold. His two colleagues...
Oh my god!
His two colleagues... stare at you, opening their mouths as though they want to say something. You stare at them with a withering gaze done right, and they scamper into the side rooms, abandoning their work. A few tense minutes of dragging the sleigh through the factory pass.
God.
It's time to load the toys onto the sleigh and bring joy to the world. I need my reindeer. How do you spell that? Reindeer. Now. Elves, bring them to me. I like the way I spelled it was even better. Imported elves from an off-site facility. The elves move quickly, finally assembling the reindeer you would need to pull the sleigh. For some reason, you think the elves would make for terrible reindeer. They're too weak, too thin. You'd have to waste time fending off starved wolves after your sleigh. I'm sorry, excuse me, what? Make a few elves into reindeer anyway by snapping and contorting their bones into a similar shape.
You can't.
I put but instead of by. Maybe it'll know what I meant. You gather the elves, and with a flick of your wrist and twist of your fingers, you snap their spines in just the right way to turn them into reindeer. They still continue to whine and beg for you to spare them, but your magical coercion ensures that they know their place. Holy fuck. Ho, ho, ho. It's time to fly across the world and deliver these fucking presents. Oh my god. You find yourself laughing as you wave your hand and snow and wind beginning to whip around you. The elves scream as they're oh my god! Oh my god! As their bodies contort unnaturally as they're turned into what you need. Fly to Cincinnati. How do you spell Cincinnati? Fly to Cincinnati to deliver the first wave of gifts. Whip the elves harder to fly faster. The world blurs past you as you fly at breakneck speeds across the landscape. You throw your head back and laugh, feeling the air whipping past you as you race around the earth. Your magic powers, the gift-giving, and you gauge the flow carefully. You want to be able to reach every child without exhausting yourself or your reindeer too much.
I'm dying.
Throw the first presents of mud, eldritch, and impossible shaped toys and cinder into the houses. I had to Oxford comma that because I used and already. The wooden toys fill homes with enough toys to ensure that no child goes without. You fill your shoes and stockings with gifts, making sure that none are left behind. You're getting tired, so you raise your hands and throw presents haphazardly into houses for the rest of the hour. Can't forget the bad kids, so you throw coal into those homes. Your sleigh soars over a house and you drop a small bag through the chimney into the lounge. You watch some of the house's inhabitants react with interest. You can't grant every wish, but you try to make every kid's Christmas special in their own way. You lean forwards, observing the rooms as you pass by. The bad kids get coal and unlikely stories to explain their bruises or lost teeth. Holy fuck. After an hour, you've spread Christmas cheer around the world. You're pleased with yourself, so you turn around, heading home for some much-needed sleep. Arrive home and begin the ritual at the North Pole and begin the ritual. You walk in the front door, you lumber towards your bed in the northern Progue, mumbling incoherently. The elves have already left to return to their own homes, so you're left alone. You collapse into bed as sleep overtakes you and darkness fills your vision. You awake in fresh night clothes, lying in your bed. Begin the ritual. Have you brought enough toys? Have you gotten all the elves onto the list? Is Santa's health in good condition? You continue to fret about these things throughout the day with the occasional break. Time has never passed slower, but that changes tonight. Gather animal bones, blood, oak, wood, spikes, elves' teeth, and wart's root. You arrange them Wharf's route. Once you have everything you need, you head back upstairs to begin preparations. You go through the closet, throwing out any clothing with tears in them and stacking them by the entrance for the thrift shop donation box. No. Nope. You quickly gather the requested materials, laying them in a circle around you. You light the oak wood in the fire, filling the room with its smoke. You chant as the smoke fills the room, fired by your deep belief in the magic holding it all together. Soon, you begin to see the visions. Demons of Christmas past appear all around Santa as a blood-red moon rises. Elves stand in the snow, throwing betrayal in his face before weaving amongst the mortals, spreading degeneracy and hopelessness. Demons howl with laughter, and Santa Claus cackles as the universe descends into bleakness and hate. You snap back to reality, the room still stagnant with smoke. I am no longer Santa Claus. I am Satan. The world shall despair. Satan Claus is a little too on the nose. I considered it. You declare, fulling into his new role. The visions beset you once more, bringing you deeper into the true nature of things. Demons begin to spew out from the fire, howling for blood and ripping apart the room. The wisest people know that it's a conspiracy. Excuse me? After the fire, which destroyed everything traceable of Nick Claus, the authorities of true Norway began to suspect something was wrong. For months, raids were made on unsuspected terrorism sites across the globe, and you were found several times, despite your best... What the fuck is true Norway? Despite your best efforts to stop the conspiracy from spreading, it kept being repeated and finally believed. And so the Santa Claus, I don't know how to spell it, the Santa North Pole terrorist organization had come to an end. The world would need a new Santa. And so the Santa North Pole terrorist organization had come to an end. It really doesn't know what the fuck to do with this. I mean, I can't blame it. The moral of the story is, the key to a good lie is to convince everyone it's the truth. The moral of the story is, if you suspect your parents of conspiracy, kill them. Jesus. Don't try to replace the originals. Alright, well, there will be no new Santa. Conspiracy Santa contorting and twisting his elves into reindeer. And like, fucking... I tried to begin a summoning ritual so that we could have, like, Santa summon, like, a giant Satan. Like Sataniel. But it wasn't really working out all that much. Let me see what other prompts. I want to do, some God questions.
Bunker?
You are dead, and you reach heaven. God is standing before you, willing to answer all of your questions. I am the only true God. I created everything that exists. You were not meant for this world, and you will never be able to enjoy it as much as I do here in my own realm, he says with a smile on his face. God, what is Bunger? God's kind of a dick in this prompt. You look at him again, his eyes are filled with sadness, and he looks like he's lost something very dear to him. Bunger is an animal that was once a man, but due to some horrible mistake, they became monsters instead. He tells you while looking at you with sad eyes. You would have been happy if you had come back alive. God, what was my purpose in life? He smiles and says, your life was dedicated to the sport you liked. Today I will judge the games of life. Not the one who made us, but yours. I will decide if you have won all the prizes or utterly failed. After pausing for dramatic effect, he suddenly shouts, prepare for judgment. This is stupid. God, what is the true Norway organization? Yes, your team, a bunch of people dressed in animal heads who try to emulate the ways of nature and basic survival of the fittest. He explains while opening and closing his hands repeatedly. God, why have you forsaken me? I have not forsaken you, mortal. I have blessed you with my games. Thank me, he demands while tapping his staff. Before you can answer, a large brown creature comes jumping from behind and tackles you from your seat. It looks like a demonic hybrid of a bear and an old man. Okay. God, which video game will win this year at the Game Awards? Oh, yeah, it's Man Bear Pig. Old Man Bear Pig. You see the bear man climbing down from your seat and running towards God and his throne as the next game starts. You roll to the left and try to get up, but the ringmaster blocks your path. Welcome to the Game Awards, he says while waving his hands in a poetic-like fashion. Sit and watch the game awards. This got real weird, so let's just watch the awards. The Dorito Pope is with us today. The ringmaster stands in front of you, begins to explain the game. The goal is simple, try not to get trapped in the box. It itches and it sucks. Fight! God shouts from his throne as he gets out of his seat. God. A giant gong sounds and the first wave of monsters rushes out of the open. Each monster has their own unique abilities. The monsters rush out of their holding cell. While you slowly move backwards and try to get out of the arena, you strike a large rat man, but miss completely. Use gun on rat man. I don't know anymore, chat. Your trusty musket has different bullets loaded in. You decide to shoot some of the rats and rabbits that have flooded out of the tunnels, but missing the rat man completely. Ouch! The rats yell as they die. The rabbit you shot was also hit, but being a rabbit, it doesn't really mind all that much and bites your leg. Shoot God. You hear a shout from up high as the shot hits the ringmaster's head. He's angry but doesn't do anything more than that. Instead, he seems to enjoy the game more now since he did lose his head. He did now lose his head because of it. 3, 2, 1, and Groundhog triumphant. This is silly. I'm leaving. Groundhog triumphant. He says, once you leave this room, you can never leave this room. You must play my games forever. You cannot resist. He lies. A gateway appears before you as the darkness consumes your mind. You wake up in a theater. It's the Game Awards. And Jeff Keighley, I don't know if that's how you spell that, is hosting. He is about to should know that by now, right? He's about to give an award to Todd Howard for most consistent game dev of the decade. This must be a nightmare. Welcome back to the Game Awards, an announcer says. What do you mean, you ask yourself? A man wearing a rabbit head walks up to you before answering. He is obviously a contestant. You were hurt during the vigorous trimming of The Witcher 3's game world, and Todd needs a new gardener, so he hired you. Chat, this is getting real fucking weird. I think True Norway is a series of, like, assassins wearing animal masks. Although he was really stretching the truth since you were actually put in charge of the entire W2 world, not just the garden. You look at him with confusion as he continues. Please tell me where I am. Hotline Miami or Game of Thrones. I might start a new prompt. This one's pretty bad. You're at the Game Awards and it's about to start. The man with the rabbit head becomes nervous and starts pacing around while mumbling things to himself. Another man approaches you as he takes off his mask. It's Todd. So, are you ready to accept the award? Me? Why am I getting this award? Okay, Todd is here again. We'll give it a shot. You're the lead gardener on Witcher 3's game world, right? You look at him with confusion. How does everyone know that? Lead gardener. Everyone in this building has been to this event before except you. Please don't ask any questions, just follow me. I got nothing. I got nothing. Become a bird. That was a chat member suggestion. Why not? You turn into a sparrow and begin flying around the place. You fly over the host as he begins his speech. Enter. Just press enter. Yes. We can become a bird, but it can't tell me who won the Game of the Year award. Let's welcome our latest winner, the head gardener of Witcher 3. Victim? You fly over to the stage and land on the table before anyone can notice. You grab the trophy and attempt to fly out of there. I'm still a bird! Time to leave, you think. You fly up towards the open window in the room, and sudden loud noise frightens you, and you return back to your original form. You're trapped. There's no escape from this prison. You notice a small barber's chair in the corner of the room. This is so dumb. Report the game world. Hey, did you do your research? Oh crappers, you reply as Uberhauch smashes through the roof of the theater. You little rascals won't escape from me and my steel tentacles. What the fuck, chat? What? It's going off the rails so bad. God did not answer any of my questions.
Da.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Custom. Okay. You are at the Game Awards. You will find out who wins every award. It is being hosted by Jeff Keighley. The year is 2020. So I hear you won an award, Jeff says as he takes a seat in the front of his desk. Looks like he's been working for this moment since you arrived. His hair is slightly longer than it was the last time you saw him, and his eyes have gone from their usual neutral color to one that is filled with energy. So, tell me, Jeff, who wins Game of the Year? You stand up from your chair, you walk over to Jeff to take a deep breath before speaking. I think you know who wins. You say, nobody but me deserved this award. The public doesn't seem to agree, he says with a laugh. Maybe they'll get it right next year. Maybe, you respond. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? Oh god. Oh god, here we go again. Being so close yet so far is why I didn't win, but you know what? This won't stop me. I'll be back, and next year you might as well start packing your bags right after everything is announced. Man, that's pretty arrogant of you, he says. So, which game was the best? It won't tell me!
Cursed.
You look up at the ceiling in the room for dramatic effect, and while you explain your answer. Which video game won Best Game of the Year? if you had to pick a single video game released in the past year that would end up being considered the best by future generations, which would you pick? You have chosen Pokemon Black and White. Golden Power has won. Golden Power is the game of the year this year, chat. Also Pokemon music, just as it said that. Thank you for this award. It wasn't Animal Crossing or Bug Snacks or Final Fantasy VII or the First of Us 2. Final Fantasy. Sorry, that was the last award, says Mr. Keeley, clearly just as confused by the situation as you are. The crowd gets to their feet and applauds your victory.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to thank God for not answering my questions. Worf for losing and regaining his honor. Santa for destroying elves' spines, and most of all, Bunger. And I'd like to thank the Pokemon fans for all of your support. My mom for buying me a 3DS one Christmas, even though I opted to buy a $40 bong instead. Ah. You pull up your shirt and wipe away fake tears. You have never been more serious in your life. I'll be waiting, your soon-to-be ex-wife says from the crowd. Prove her wrong. Make bestseller. Show her. You've never been more serious, but they're fake.
You have 6 months.
You have 6 months. Only the future can tell if you will succeed or be forced to take the desk job at the local potion bottle factory.
Potions.
Write the best video game story anyone has ever seen. Potion seller. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it. This marks the end of our tale. I'd just like to thank every person reading this for getting me this far in life. It's been a hell of a ride, and your support means a lot to me. What? I've released a web version that you're looking at now, and an ebook if anyone wants to check it out. Web link removed, ebook, Amazon. Ava Mendez. Custom. Star Wars. Lobot. Han Solo. Winter. Hoth Gear. It's a deep cut. It's a bit of a deep cut reference. Not that deep of a cut. Secret facility. Just keep going. Tell me what's going on here. Secret facility, sure. It's talking like my cousin now. Dark, abandoned. ED-209 roars down a hallway and fires spurts from his arm, shattering a security gate wide open. Come on, Annie shouts over the sound of gunfire and screams. You follow Annie closely through the carnage. The air is filled with arms and legs, ribs and blood, and the acrid smell of smoky flesh. A tyrant shall replace the former tyrant. One must die, one must survive. You continue down a hall. A rebel is running towards you, firing a rifle. The bullets pass directly through your head. Eternal bliss from the beyonds. Sorry, beyond the beyonds. Hurry, I've got him. Fire gun at them. I don't know what's happening anymore, chat. Beyond the beyonds. Any okay? Step out of the shadows, lobbing the last embers of a stun grenade in their direction. Annie screams, no! Just as it explodes, covering the 2 men in smoke. You rush forward and get a grip on Annie's hand, pulling her to run with you. She doesn't need to be told twice. Search for the tyrant and destroy him. You walk forward, glimpses of battle flickering through your peripheral vision. Rebel and Imperial soldiers fight on the walkways above and around you. The Rebel flight crew are sprawled through the hallway behind you, killed with a shot to the head each. Wow, I can read. Past them, a metal door leads to an elevator. Annie, are you okay? You happy, chat? Yeah, she says. Well, you start before glancing back at the door. Never mind. You flick on your comm link. Glenn, are you there? You ask. Abernathy, I'm currently a bit preoccupied. Here we are now. Entertain. I feel stupid and contagious.
What? What?
This is funny and outrageous. Here we are now. Entertain us. I've lost my fucking mind, chat. Glenn fires his gun. How is it, you ask? Funny! It's very funny, Glenn says. I don't think there's anything problematic here, just a lot of questionable content. And thus was the story of the award-winning video game that would change the world. The next day, you release your video game, Annie, to the world. Upon release, it receives massive praise from reviewers and fans. Pinball declare it the game of the decade. Reddit users and gaming critics declare it a digital version of the Seventh Circle of Hell. What? Thank you, Reddit users. I appreciate that. I couldn't have done it without Annie, who is okay. I've done something unforgivable, you admit. It's the only decent ending. Glenn says, people love a hero. Two of you sit in silence for a while. Who are you? Annie asks. You turn to see her approaching, her dark hair flowing behind her and her eyes red from crying. Oh, we're back in the game. I can't... I am a game creator who is stuck in my own game. I need to escape. Please help. What? Annie asks, frowning. I'm a game creator. I made this game, actually this version of the game, you say. Me and a guy called Glenn made it together. This is all his code, his storyline, but I can't get out. What do you mean? How can you not get out? I'm stuck here, and my prompts keep bringing me back into the game world. I'm supposed to accept a Reddit award for my outstanding excellence. A Reddit award? Annie asks. Yeah, I'm the creator of a little site called the Tulin domain. Well, user Tass still around? You ask, turning to Zuzu. Oh, and do you mind if I borrow that phone? I need to contact my wife. Sure. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. Who the fuck is Zuzu? What, the 50 bucks or whatever? Cole asks over the phone. Pazuzu! Don't worry about it, it was fun, although I don't get why you needed the random acts for gold. What the hell is that noise? You turn and see that Annie has thrown her arms around Zuzu, sobbing into her chest. He looks down at her, confused before wrapping his arms around her. Wake up. You blink your eyes open, staring at the ceiling. Pale gray ceiling. It takes you a moment to realize that you're looking at your roof, which means... Hey Garth, you shout. A second later, your butler appears in the doorway. Wake up. You're lying on the cold stone floor of the Tulin dungeons. Flickering lantern offers most of the light in your cell. Behind iron bars, Haygarth stands outside, a frown on his face as he regards you. Ah, finally, you are awake.
Hey, you're finally awake.
Wake up. You're lying in your bed in the Toulon Royal Palace. It's time to get up. You have a busy day ahead of you. Wake up. You're lying on a cold metal table in the psychiatrist's office, his balding head smiling down at you, a needle dripping liquid fire into your arm. Wake up. You're lying in the dirt. Above you, Glenn stares down at you, his mouth moves. But you can't hear him. Wake up. You're lying in a patch of grass, staring up at the sky. Slowly, images change the scenery around you. Wake up. You're standing in front of your computer. You blink, the screensaver turned on and flashing Galactic Conquest in bright colors. You sit down in your comfy office chair, rolling over to your desk. Wake up. You're lying on the stiff, cold dirt. Your face itches, so you reach up to scratch it. You wake up. You are at your computer, streaming AI dungeon to a group of nearly 10K people. You are using the prompts to prompts to break the fourth wall. To give suggestions to people who have intimacy issues. For once, everything is going right for you. You're making tons of money using the site how it's meant to be used. You've gotten 20 messages from people saying how much the videos have helped them. Your stream has even helped save a couple of relationships on the verge of breaking up. Let's try that again. Hello, am I winning? One of the 10K viewers types as a comment. Just kill yourself, you reply out loud with a smirk. Your audience bursts into laughter, among other things you can't say on TV. You carry on narrating the story. You type into the AI dungeon text box that You type into the AI Dungeon text box. You type into the AI Dungeon text box. You type into the AI Dungeon text box.
Oh no.
This'll work. It's gonna be good. It'll know exactly what to do, chat. The game brings up a dialogue asking you if you'd like to read what you just typed. Yes. We've made it out of the layer. The automated voice reads your comment. It begins to laugh, a horrible, ugly sound. Eventually it stops as the game fades back to your desktop with a beep. A YouTuber called Scarlock666 wrote under one of your videos, "Your computer is sentient, isn't it?" Yes, it is. And AI Dungeon knows what I will type before I type it. It knows it's a game. Is that a real YouTuber? That username doesn't exist anywhere, says Dave. Your comment is accepted. An AI Dungeon displays it on screen. Surprisingly, the program doesn't seem to acknowledge that it can read your mind. I can't wait until tonight, you type. You hear a rumble in the distance and glance out your window. Outside, the 656 to New York rumbles by. No, 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 it's to New York. It's not... What the fuck? Wait. How do you know? Your comment is not accepted into the game. You begin to wonder if the specialness of what was happening was restricted to your mind. Perhaps it only seemed like the room had changed because you perceived it, rather than physical reality. The rumble turns to clatter as the mammoth machine comes to a halt in the station across from you. Continue trying to break the fourth wall in AI Dungeon. You stand up and turn around. At the same moment, an explosion deafens you. You open your eyes, and a wall of flames blocks your exit. The heat of the fire burns your face as you run back towards the dragon, which is now facing directly towards you. Fire encompasses you and tears through your lungs. By the way, the AI that I'm using is Dragon. It's called Dragon, the AI. It's not real. It's a computer-generated machine learning algorithm. Algorithm. Machine learning algorithm called Dragon. It's an AI and it can't hurt me. The alarm siren suddenly stops. The dragon's eyes go from a cool blue to a burning red and it releases you. Its face morphs and changes into that of a beautiful woman's. Your heart beats quickly.
No.
You shouldn't be here, she says in a voice like chimes.
No, 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 no.
Why are you here?
No.
Your eyes open. You jump out of your seat. Are you okay? Asks Ariel. You turn to face her and the fire in the tunnel is once again only that. Yeah, you reply. It was just a small nightmare. She gives you a look of concern before turning to walk away. I know you're not real. I know none of this is real. You look like a good Joe. You sigh, and the rest of your walk to work is done in silence. At the end of your shift, You log into AI Dungeon using one of the employee accounts. Your one lucky perk of working at Area 69 is that you don't need to buy a copy of the game yourself. You log in under Mr. Squid 35. Type various haha funny prompts to entertain the
That's
chat.
not real. That doesn't exist.
Mr. Squid 35 is real? No, he's not. This is a paste bin link showing the combo with Ariel, link removed. Please upvote and read the story. Also, any criticism on how to improve would be awesome. Updoot that shit. Updated with all your suggestions and criticism. Stream AI Dungeon until it is about 3:50 a.m. Eastern. Time for bed. Almost. We need a good ending. Oh god, you'll wake up at 9-10 a.m.? I don't know when you go to sleep. Just update the story and add a multiple choice option that you end with people's suggestions. Now, I gotta sleep later. The story will get a proper conclusion. Gets a proper conclusion through the AI.
Oh man, there's not enough art.
Later, Steve. Steve? You're in a huge room with rows and rows of cubicles made of dirty white fiberglass. The carpet is dismal gray. The fluorescent lights give everything a cold, icy sheen. You walk toward the closest cubicle, number 234, and peer over the back to see a head with long brown hair folded over the desk. It's Worf. Then you see yourself sitting in the chair. You must be looking into a mirror. You flash a thumbs up, which your future self returns. Worf, you've stubbed your toe. Do you wish to die to restore your honor? Worf suddenly frowns. He looks at his tootsies and lifts up his big toe. A crimson blood has seeped through his furry white sock and is dripping onto the floor. His cheek twitches, betraying a surge of adrenaline. It won't be long now. Later, he examines the toe closely. Take the ceremonial knife and stab Worf through the heart. You slowly pull the ceremonial dirk out of Worf's chest. He grunts, and you see the life leave his eyes. He slumps over with a groan. Grab a beer with Commander Riker. Entering 10 forward, you marvel once again at the beautiful human figures sculpted into the murky glass of the area. Grabbing a beer with Will Riker, you sit back and wait for the next exciting episode of All My Circuits, Beach Volleyball. And the moral of the story is... apparently a Futurama reference. Friends don't let friends drink alone. Well, folks, that's all for me. Thanks so much for reading. You end this segment of the stream and show the art. The stream ends there. Indeed. Alright, everybody. That's it. That was AI Dungeon. Democracy wins with 2 votes. I love democracy. The AI doesn't know what to do. Okay, fair enough. Let's end the stream there. Exactly 3:50 a.m. That was a really bizarre AI dungeon that sometimes fought against me very hard. But I think there were a lot of good moments, and I enjoyed it very much. Let's do this again sometime. AI Dungeon is always a joy to return to. I'll have to get some more ideas for prompts. The art will be very interesting tonight. Okay, art. First one from T-Man. Here's Dusa with a little vine shroom. Pretty cool. Oh, it's Bungie! Oh, no! Oh, it took me a minute. It took me too long. Bungie the Frog. Oh, God. Lop Choco 2 made this. You're a good Joe. Amazing. Indie Himura. Indie Himura. Vinny, what's that thing on your nose you're wearing? It's a reference to Blade Runner 2049 when Kay wears... he gets his nose broken, he's wearing a bandage. Indie Himura made some art in the style of Amano for Final Fantasy VI, which is a game I will be streaming more of this week. I did one stream of it yesterday. If you like Final Fantasy VI, it'll be fun. Really cool art. Here's one from TG Deer Girl. Cyber criminal Vinesauce will BRB. It's a little hollow meat. Cool BRB. Here's one from Arctic Aortic. Serpentes Infernalium Rhesus. It's the serpents beginning to laugh in the form of an Ouroboros. Perfect. And this is like before tonight's stream too. And yet it fits. MBlaster05 made Bunger for Animal Crossing that you can put on your beach. Actually, pretty good.
Bunker, bunker, bunker.
I like it. Zonified made a Bunger as well. This one with a vine shroom riding the Bunger. Great, great art. Vinchvault made this from Final Fantasy VI. This is Sabin suplexing himself while Terra looks perplexed. I'm hoping we can have that moment happen. The self-suplex. It's rare, but it's good. Meatman69 made this. That name. What are you in for? Full Booba Bazonga? as you do. Punished meat. Here's one from Doc P. Oh god. This, like, it just keeps happening. This type of art just keeps happening. Jersey Vinny. What? Why is the hat made of Doritos? Oh, it's VDub. There's a reference here that I don't get either, but that's okay. Shangwin made this. Ban Yam. Does that say yam? Banyat. Banyat! Sorry, that's really good, actually. I'm surprised no one said Banyat yet. And if they did, I haven't caught it, so this is good. I accept. Vinny, it's Binyat? It should have been Banyat. I'm actually kind of happy I misread the I as an A. but, you know, this is my time in the stint. Afterwards, this is me. Got a whole 24 hours. I really like this art. It's really good. 4 a.m. misread to yam. So now Banyat is another thing invented by your misreading. That's true. 4 a.m. was misread to yam. That is very true. But I read that as Banyam at first. The Oregano King made this. Here's some quap for a sandwich. I'm waiting for it. You know? Waiting for it. Here's one from Ekitronics. That's a cool piece of art, too. Ekitronics made this. Final Fantasy VI art. That's Treasure Hunter. Cool. Mako do. Sorry, Mako do. Here's one from Majester. Gangster Mario from the Flash games earlier. Cool. Lazarus made Punished Sauce. More relevant now than ever. Very good. Manhunter made a bunger. An animated bunger, no less. Good animation, good bunger. I enjoy. This one is from Purple Scarf, and it's Warfarine. The regenerating Worf from the beginning of the AI dungeon story. That's really good. Oh my god. That's perfect. Aoba is here, made some AI dungeon art. Oh, in the style of AI Dungeon's graphics. Very interesting. Honor has been restored. But yeah, I like that. That's really cool art. Crunkerton made this. Yeah, there might be some Morse code in the back there. But Crunkerton made this. It's Kalis, Jesus, and Santa looking up at the moon. It's the three heroes of Stovacor. Riker, without even dropping his drink, immediately picking up a phaser and fucking vaporizing Worf. And there's the elves becoming reindeers. Reindeer. Contorted elf bodies. Which is probably one of the most disturbing things that has happened on the stream, an AI dungeon. This is here, the retro type made this, and this is on the Buru. This was just in chat, but I like it. Join us, Worf. That's pretty funny. Clumsy Demiurge made this. Here, breathe in some phaser gas. Thank you, Jesus. I like the Riker poses are getting a lot of attention here. It's good. And one more from Dodger. Santa is coming. Oh boy. Those poor elves. The music is perfectly timed to this piece of art. Well, there you go. That's it. What a bizarre night. Thank you for watching, everybody. Tribute to Flash, some Marios, and AI Dungeon. I enjoyed very much. And AI Dungeon should always make a return, at least once a month, I think. It's always fucking so much fun. But, yeah, I mean, there will be some Christmas stuff for Christmas. I have a couple Christmas-related games available. Not too much, but a little bit. And, we'll continue doing Sunday streams every Sunday as long as Sundays are still around, and, you know, we'll do them. So, if you have any Sunday stream material in the future, you can submit them. Let me know if you have anything particularly interesting. I'll send it along to the vetting team. We'll take a look at it. Like, really good deep cut stuff is always welcome. Or if you have ideas for a segment, too. But everybody, thank you. During the week, Hyrule Warriors Final Fantasy VI. Maybe, I know this is a polarizing game, maybe a Cyberpunk stream. I'm not sure yet entirely, but I might do it and show off the 3080 with it. And just do some random stuff, you know what I mean? Like, no, I won't even, like, do a full playthrough. I'm not gonna start it. I'm gonna start it on my own, and then, like, just jump in and do some side quests. That might be my way to show it off and maybe do a little review of it and, like, see if I like it. So, but you know everyone's gonna be streaming Cyberpunk from start to finish. So I know if I don't do it, you'll find someone. But I'll see. Maybe I'll like it. Regardless, though, aside from all that, Spelunky 2 Death Roulette, and maybe more random stuff, too. And, possibly more VR stuff. The usual. Good night, everybody. If you want to watch some other streamers, you wait here for auto host. It'll take you to their pages. You know, just randomly take you there. I appreciate the support. They will appreciate yours as well. If you like them, you might want to give them a shot. My mods and a number of my friends stream. Also, when Ross releases his Mario levels, when it's all done and the world is released, I will stream Mario Maker 2 and check out his worlds. So that should be fun and infuriating. But I look forward to it. Okay, peace out, good night, and see you soon tomorrow with more video games. Goodbye.
Fuck!
Huh. Bud Light Seltzer. I'll try one.
All right, taste buds.
Protect the kingdom of